We're in the home stretch now, a month away until draft night, and this is the part where we have to, as fans, we have to grit and bear it and weather the storm. This is the time now where reports get absolutely absurd. Reports over the last few weeks that have been regurgitated into new reports today for the present. I'm hearing the Vikings are enamored with J.J. McCarthy. Yep, already knew that. The Vikings are, I think, going to trade up into the top 5. You don't say. We're very much aware. The Vikings are going to put together a Godfather package to offer the New England Patriots for pick number 3. How many times have we heard the phrasing Godfather package when it comes to the Vikings? But sometimes the reports are more than reports, especially when those reports come directly from the horse's mouth. From Tom Pelissero, with Caleb Williams widely viewed as a lock to go number 1 overall in next month's draft, is the phone ringing at number 2. Dan Quinn, head coach of the Washington Commanders, told me yes, but it'd take a lot to get the Commanders to consider moving. So you can take that either way. Commanders, what they said at face value, or they're dead set on taking a quarterback, but at the same time, they're doing their due diligence to listen to whatever offers are out there just in case they decide to entertain the idea of moving out of pick 2. And then Arizona Cardinals general manager Monty Osenfort talking about being open for business at pick number 4, saying, quote, "There will be a big neon sign that says open. I don't like it blinking. It messes with my eyes, but we're always going to be listening." That, I don't believe, is smokescreen. I think that's the GM bluntly saying we're open for business. Call us with your best offers for pick number 4, which if I'm the Vikings, I'm saying I'll get back to you if needed on draft night. Right now, I'm more interested looking ahead at trying to acquire the 3rd overall pick from the Patriots. Speaking of, Mark Daniels, who covers New England, is in Orlando for the NFL's owners meetings. Head coach Jerod Mayo did a press conference about 3.5 hours prior to the recording of this video. Mark Daniels got feedback from Mayo that he included in a series of tweets. From Jerod Mayo, we're open to trading the pick. We're also open to taking a guy, talking about pick number 3. So staying on the neutral line there. Also acknowledged that there are holes at left tackle, wide receiver, and quarterback. And if you've been following this channel, we've covered that aplenty. Also mentioned that originally the thought was in New England that this quarterback draft class is a 3-man race. However, after going to a few pro days, he believes, Jerod Mayo, that there are 5 quarterbacks in this draft that could have really solid futures. Of note, the Patriots have also been to pro days for J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix. Add Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. There are your 5 guys. And here is the quote. Here's the kicker right here, which I know. It's doing his... Jerod Mayo really did his best Mike Zimmer impression where loose lips said a little bit too much that you knew the way that Rick Spielman did his press conference that, Zimmer, what are you doing? Keep it tight-lipped. This is the quote right here. Jerod Mayo, quote, "The guaranteed way to win is to accumulate more picks." That, ladies and gentlemen, is something. And I don't believe that Mayo is saying that on as far as how he individually feels. The head coach is obviously having conversations with the Patriots front office. I believe that he's saying that on behalf of how the organization believes as a whole. That I now feel that this is dragging on. When the Vikings traded for pick 23 from the Houston Texans, I was like, oh, this is step 1 of the final step. Step 2, trading up to pick 3. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. I now feel that this is dragging on, not because the Patriots are playing hard to get, but that the Patriots are genuinely torn on what to do. Do we stay at pick 3? Do we trade down? And if you are going to trade down, there's no better trade partner to conduct business with Then the Minnesota Vikings. You're going to get 3 first-round picks. The Vikings have 2 first-round picks right now. That's far more attractive than doing a pick swap and then reaping the benefits 2 years down the road to finally capture the whole trade compensation package. 2 first-round picks right now and a future first in 2025. Not only do they have the more attractive offer, it allows the Patriots to address all major needs in this draft alone. Left tackle, wide receiver, quarterback. I think they also need a tight end, but that's on the back burner. In fact, I did a mock draft for the Patriots. We've done mock drafts aplenty for the Vikings, but for the Patriots, 11, 23, they also have their second round pick 34 and then 68. After a potential trade with the Vikings, they can get 4 immediate impact players on their offense. In this mock draft I did for them, and I'm just going with the first 4 picks. The rest of the picks doesn't matter, just for the sake of immediate impact players for New England. At pick 11, you go left tackle, Olu Fashanu from Penn State. Pick 23, wide receiver, Adonai Mitchell from Texas. 34, listen, I know Mark Daniels said Patriots of note. They went to Bo Nix's pro day. I'm trying to do you a favor right now. Michael Penix Jr. is a better prospect, but if you want to go ahead and shoot yourselves in the foot and go Bo Nix, go right ahead. But I gave you Michael Penix Jr. at 34. Either way, one of those guys will be there for you early in the second round, in my humble opinion. And at pick 68, you go tight end Jatavion Sanders out of Texas. Or conversely, they don't do a trade down. They stay at pick 3. Did a mock draft for this hypothetical scenario as well. You go from 4 immediate impact players down to 3, and really staying at pick 3, saying that the picks that you get are instant impact players is a bit generous. Jaden Daniels with the 3rd pick, offensive tackle Kingsley Suamatea from BYU, who is raw, a major project. And then at 68, you finally address wide receiver Devontae Walker from North Carolina. And if you put these 2 mock drafts side by side together, it's obvious which is going to do a better job helping the Patriots in the long run. To where even if Penix Jr. or Bo Nix, if that's your true QB5, if whatever quarterback that you do take at pick 34 doesn't work out, well, guess what? You have 2 first-round picks in 25, one of them being from the Vikings that you can use to take another shot at quarterback while not missing a beat loading up your roster. And I didn't purposely sabotage mock draft number 2 for the Patriots to further my narrative here. I genuinely took the best players available at that position when it was time for them to make their picks. But if you want to tempt fate and say, no, we're gonna stick to our guns here, and Jaden Daniels or Drake May at pick number 3, he's our quarterback of the future, and have a raw project left tackle getting this man's block knocked off consistently, throwing what I assure to you will be drop passes to guys like KJ Osborne. You want to do that and have his confidence shot turning into the second coming of Matt Jones? Go right ahead. I think the Vikings are in a great spot no matter what. They are already winners when it comes to this draft. That they cannot lose. Best case, you get your quarterback of the future. Worst case, you load up the roster, get 2 defensive studs on the interior defensive line, take a project and trade down. Let's say, talked about that, I believe, in the last video, the live stream that I did. Even trade down from pick 11, get a second round pick, get studs, get a quarterback. Doesn't work out, try again in 25. You still have your first round pick. Next year, you're good. But the more that this goes on and the more that Jerod Mayo talks, this is, I feel like, becoming more of a reality instead of just a possibility.